नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सखगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सखगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम। Hare Krishna. By the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita. We finished 24 slokas in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Viswarupa, the universal form, Viswarupa. So here we are understanding, because Arjuna is able to see Krishna's universal form, Viswarupa, we are understanding how Krishna's universal form looks. So this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, because Arjuna was in such a difficult situation in the battlefield, he was not able to decide what to do. He was completely confused. Karpanya doso upahata. That means due to miserly weakness. That's what doso upahata. Karpanya doso upahata swabhava. So his swabhava. Even Arjuna is using the word swabhava. So karpanya doso upahata swabhava. Prichamitvam dharma sammuda chetar. So now in this deluded condition, dharma sammuda chetar. So not able to decide what is dharma, what is not dharma. So that's what dharma sammuda chetar. So prichamitvam, I am talking to you. I am talking to you in this deluded condition due to my miserly weakness. So you please tell me what is good for me. Yastre yasya nishchitam buruhi tanmi. Now I have become your disciple. Sisyaste agam sadimam tvam prapanam. So in that difficult situation, Arjuna asked Krishna to help him. No one else thought like Arjuna felt. No one else felt like Arjuna felt in that battlefield. Duryodhana also went to his teacher and he spoke in the very beginning. That's what Sanjaya was narrating to Dhritarashtra. So Drishtvat Pandavanikam Vyudam Duryodhanastada Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. So Duryodhana spoke. He spoke to his teacher, Dronacharya. And at that time he didn't see everyone as relatives, everyone as friends and relatives like that. Arjuna told Krishna that I don't care to live if I kill the sons of Dhritarashtra. Yaneva gatva najiji visamaga. That's what Arjuna told. But Duryodhana didn't say like that. Duryodhana told his teacher that we have so powerful people here, powerful heroes in our army. There are many people, they are ready to give up their lives for me. Madarte tyakta jivitaga. Nana Sastra Pragaranaga, Madarte Takta Jivitaga. Sarve yuddha visarataga. Anyecha bhagavad sura madarte takta jivitaga. Nana sastra prakaranaga. Sarve yuddha visarataga. So there are many heroes in my army, on my side. So they are equipped with various weapons, different weapons, all kinds of weapons. Nana sastra prakaranaga. And they are ready to give up their life for me. So Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that Machitta Madgata Prana, my devotees, they are dedicating their lives unto me. They are ready to give their life for me. So that's what Krishna is saying. Here Duryodhana is thinking that there are many people on my army. They are ready to give their life for me. Madate Tyakta Jivitaha. So, in fact, we should not be like fools like whom Duryodhana was referring, that they were ready to give their lives for Duryodhana. We should be intelligent, that we should be able to dedicate our life to Krishna. That's what is very important. So, Duryodhana told his teacher that Bhavan, Bhishmascha, Karnascha, Kripascha, Samitim Jayaga, Asvattama, Vikarnascha, Somadatti Tataivacha. So you are there on our side. Bhavan, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa. Bhavan, Bhishmascha, Karnascha, Kripascha. Samitim Jayaga. You are all always victorious. That's what Samitim Jayaga. Asvattama, Vikarna, the son of Somadatta, that is Bhurishrava, that is Saumadatti. All of you are there on our side. So our army is so powerful. It's a very powerful army. Apariyaptam. Apariyaptam means unlimited. Apariyaptam means unlimited. Apariyaptam balam bhishma abhiraksham. Whereas their army is paryaptum. Apariya, paryap. Aparimeyam, like that means it is immeasurable, unlimited, like that. Apariyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma abhirakshitam paryaptum idam yete sam balam bhima abhirakshitam. So our unlimited army is very well protected by Bhishma. Their limited army is only protected by Bhima. So that's what Duryodhana thought. Whereas Arjuna could see that all of them as his relatives. So he thought that, why should I fight here? What am I going to gain here? Kim no rajena govinda, kim bhogegi jivitena va, yesamarte kangshitam no rajyam bhogaga sukanicha, tayime avastita yuddhe pranam styaktva dananicha. That's what Arjuna was thinking. He was telling Krishna that what is the Kimno Rajena Govinda? What is the use of this kingdom? Oh Govinda, what is the use of this kingdom? Kimno Rajena Govinda. Kim Bhogegi Jivitenava. What is the use of this life? What is the use of gaining all this kingdom, all this life? Kim Bhogegi Jivitenava. What kind of enjoyment I'm going to get by living here? Because for whose sake I came here to fight, for whom I came here to fight. Esamarte. Yesamarte kanshitam no rajyam bhogaga sukanicha. For whom I desired this kingdom. I wanted this kingdom. I wanted this enjoyment. So, yesamarte kanshitam rajyam bhogaga sukanicha. This rajyam, this kingdom, this bhogaga, this enjoyment, everything. I wanted, for whose sake I came here to fight. They themselves have come here to fight. But with me. And they are ready to give up their life. Yesamarte kangshitam no rajyam bhogaga sukanicha tayime avasita yuddhe pranam styaktva dananicha. So they are ready to give up their life. They are ready to give up their belongings. So pranam styaktva dananicha. So now why should I fight here? So what is the use of this kingdom? So that's what Arjuna was asking Krishna. So that was his confusion. But the problem, even though he was asking Krishna all these things, he didn't have any other option. That was the problem. He simply did not have a second choice. He has to fight. Therefore, Arjuna is asking, when everybody have blown their conch shells, signaling that the fight has started. The fight is starting. So, at that point of time, Arjuna is asking all these things. So, he has come to the battlefield and fight is already starting. And at this point of time, Arjuna didn't have any option other than fighting in that battle. But he is now asking Krishna that, oh Krishna, I don't know what to do. I don't want victory. I don't want defeat. That's why I don't know whether I should win or to lose. So what should I do? So simply Arjuna didn't want that war to happen. That was his desire. When he told Krishna that Yadva jayema yadivana jayu nachaitad vidmaha kataranno gariyu. I don't know what is good for me, winning or losing. I should win this war or I should lose this war. I don't know what is good for me. If I lose this war, then I don't have to kill my grandfather Bhishma, my teacher Dronacharya, and my cousins, the sons of Dhritarashtra. I don't have to kill them. If I lose this war, if I want to win this war, but I don't have to kill them, but the problem is that they will kill me, that's okay. That's okay, I can get killed. Let me go unarmed and let them kill me. Yadimam apratiharam asastram sastrapanayaga dardarashran ranekanyugu tanmekshemattaram bhavet. So let me throw away all my arms, all my weapons, and let me go and stand in front of them unarmed. Asastram sastrapanayaga dardarashran ranekanyugu. Yadimam apratiharam asastram sastrapanega. Let the sons of Dhritarashtra come with all kinds of weapons and let them kill me. Yaneva khatma. So let them kill me. Tanme kshemattaram bhavet. That's what. Yadimam apratiharam asastram sastrapanega dardarashtan ranekanyugu. Dardarashtan ranekanyugu. Tanme kshemattaram bhavet. That's what is good for me. But the problem is that they are not going to kill Arjuna only. They are going to kill all his brothers, Pandavas, and all his other, so many people, so many kings, so many soldiers. Everybody came there to fight, thinking that Arjuna is also there with their side. Like Duryodhana thought that on our side Bhishma is there, everybody is there. Like that Duryodhana thought. So like that, everybody in Arjuna's side, they thought Arjuna is there on their side. Even Duryodhana himself said that. Atra Sura Mahesasu Bhimarjuna Samayuti. So Bhimarjuna Samayuti. There are many heroic Bhaumans on the Pandavas side. They are equal in fighting, like Bhima and Arjuna. Bhimarjuna Samayuti. So that way Arjuna, if he decided not to fight and get killed in that battle, but it's not only he will get killed and everyone else in his side will get killed. But if he decides to win, he has to kill his teacher Bhishma, he has to kill his teacher Dronacharya, his grandfather Bhishma, and sons of Dhritarashtra, and everyone. So this was very difficult situation for Arjuna in the battlefield. And he didn't have any choice other than fighting, but he could not fight. We are all exactly like Arjuna in this material world. We need to understand that we don't have any choice. There are no choices. Everyone is forced to act helplessly. We are all forced to act. There are no options or choices for us because we are controlled by the three modes of material nature. But Arjuna had one choice there, that he could listen to Krishna. He could ask Krishna to tell him what is good for him. So that was his only one choice, one option was there. He asked Krishna to tell him, Yastre yasya nishchitam bruhi tanme. You tell me what is good for me. Yastre yasya nishchitam bruhi tanme. And sisyasteyagam sadimam tvam prapanam. I am your disciple, surrender unto you. You please instruct me. We all have that same choice, same option is there for us. We can simply surrender unto Krishna. We can listen to this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, what Krishna taught. Just simply listen to this Bhagavad Gita, understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, like Arjuna understood. When Arjuna understood this complete Bhagavad Gita, then he didn't have that confusion. He didn't say anything to Krishna because he did not have any confusion. He told Krishna that I don't have any confusion, I don't have any doubt, I am very clear. Sthitosmi. I am very determined now. Sthitosmi. I am very well situated. That's what Arjuna told Krishna by getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So then he decided to fight because Krishna wanted him to fight. If Krishna did not want him to fight, he will not fight. Because Krishna wanted him to fight, he fought. So for us, we should study, understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, completely, the way Arjuna understood. We should understand the complete Bhagavad Gita fully. It's not very difficult. It's very easy to understand. Everything in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us very, very easily, very easy language, very easy subject. But if you understand, but this is the topmost knowledge. This is the king of knowledge. Raja Vidya. So if you understand this Bhagavad Gita, if you understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, then we will be like Arjuna. We know what Krishna wants from us. Then we can decide to do only to please Krishna, everything. We will be able to meet Krishna's expectations. That should be the goal of our life. So we should do everything only to meet Krishna's expectations. That means with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That's why this knowledge is very, very important. And the only qualification is submissive inquiry with faith. That's it. We are all very sincere. We are all very humble because we believe in Krishna. We have so much faith on Krishna. We know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead without any doubt, without any confusion. Yomam evam asammodo jnanati purushottam. So asammodo means without any confusion. We know that Krishna is the Purushottam. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now without any such confusion, if we do everything for Krishna, then by Krishna's mercy, we will get this complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that means we are going to gain intelligence. We are going to understand about how to control our mind and how to make our mind as our best friend and how to achieve peace of mind and how to lead a blissful life, purposeful life, happy life, enjoy our life. Everything is possible just with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Then each and every minute in our life, each and every moment in our life, we can completely utilize with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in the right way to clean ourselves and to conquer our mind and to make our mind as our best friend. So that way our life will be full of bliss. All this magic will be done by just this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, just miracle, just by knowing this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, which is free of cost. These days, everything is, you need to spend money. Even if you go to school, if you want to study, starting from even, I don't know why anyone has to spend so much of money for the child to go to, like at the 3-year-old, go to UKG or LKG or whatever, pre-KG and all, spend so much of money just to learn how to speak. What to speak, then when we go to schools, then college, everywhere we have to spend so much money. We have to spend a lot actually. So much money. It's very expensive. Very, very expensive. People even take loans for studying. And then you have to pay interest. Then during the lifetime, you just have to, just because you have taken loan to study, you have to work to pay the loan. But this Bhagavad Gita is free of cost, which is giving the knowledge about ourselves, which is teaching us about how to get out of this material bondage. This suffering, material suffering in this material world. We are all struggling, suffering in this material world, having obtained this human body. At least we are fortunate that we have got this human body. We can think, we can make use of this body to realize ourselves. Because only with human body we can realize that we are not the body. With other bodies they cannot realize. So we cannot waste this great opportunity what we have got. We need to fully utilize and get this knowledge and surrender unto Krishna and distribute this knowledge, understand this knowledge, and just follow this Bhagavad Gita. And that way, by Krishna's mercy, we will be able to free ourselves from the three modes of material nature. The mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. We will be able to plan our life, our day-to-day life. We will be able to spend our time very wisely in the right way. So that way, our life will be fully meaningful and we will be able to enjoy in our life because we don't have any worries, because we don't have any attachments to anything in this material world. We have only attachment only to Krishna. Only we are attached to only Krishna. So that way we will be easily able to obtain Krishna without any deviation. That's what Krishna repeatedly says in Bhagavad Gita, without any deviation. Ananya, avyabhicharena. So Ananya. So that means we will be able to reach Krishna. So we need to do that practice, Abhyasa Yoga. Abhyasa Yoga means the practice of remembering Krishna. Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena Chetasa Nanya Gamina Paramam Purusham Divyam Yati Partanu Chintayan. So Paramam Purusham Divyam, the divine supreme person, that's what Paramam Purusham Divyam Yati, we will attain. We will attain Krishna. If we practice remembering Krishna all the time, if we remember Krishna all the time, we will go to Krishna. So that's what we need to understand. So this Bhagavad Gita knowledge only we can do. So now in the 11th chapter, we are understanding about Krishna's universal form also. His unmanifested form, universal form, Viswarupa. So we know about Krishna's original form, and Krishna is so much beautiful in this beautiful form. And now in this Bhagavad Gita, in this 11th chapter, because Arjuna asked Krishna to show his Viswarupa, universal form, and Krishna showed it, and Arjuna is explaining what he is seeing, so we are understanding. So we finished 24 slokas. So in the 24th sloka, we studied that Arjuna told that Navasprisam Deeptam Aneka Varnam Vyatananam Deepta Visala Netram Drishtva Hitvam Pravyatitantaratma Dhritim Vindami Samam Cha Vishnu. O Vishnu. So he is saying that Vishnu, O Vishnu. So he is addressing Krishna as Vishnu, O Vishnu. So by seeing your universal form extended up to the sky, Navasprasam, touching the sky. That's what Navasprasam means, touching the sky. Deeptam Aneka Varnam, this glowing many different colors, the glowing form of your universal form of yours, touching the sky with many different colors. Vyatananam Deepta Visala Netram. So with wide open mouths, Vyatananam Deeptam Visala Netram, with wide open eyes, Visala Netram. Drishtwagitvam Pravyatitantaratma. By seeing this, I get perturbed in my mind. So Pravyatitantaratma. Dhritimna Vindami Samam Cha Vishnu. So I am not I'm losing my steadiness. Dhritim, I'm not able to be steady. Dhritim na vindami and samam cha Vishnu. So I'm also not able to have the equilibrium of mind. Dhritim na vindami samam cha Vishnu. So now Arjuna is continuing in the next sloka, sloka number 25. Damstra karalani chate mukhani Dristvaiva kalanala sannibani Diso na jane labe cha sarma Prasida devesa jagannivasa Damstra karalani chate mukhani Dristvaiva kalanala sannibani Diso na jane nalabecha sarma Prasida devesa jagannivasa. Damstra karalani means with horrible teeth, with terrible teeth. That's what Damstra karalani in its universal form. That mukham, that faces with very fearful face. That's what Damstra karala nichate mukhani. Dristvaiva kalanala sannibani. So Dristvaiva, that is like the kala anala. Kala means the death. So kalam. Krishna himself says that kalam. Aham kalosmi lokakshayat krit pravrito. Krishna is lokan samahartam iha pravrita. I am the destroyer. So Krishna is the kala. So kala anala. So the fire of death. So Dristvaiva kala anala sannibani. So by seeing that Viswarupa, Arjuna is telling that Disona jane, I don't know which direction is which side. So Disona jane, I'm completely forgetting about the direction. So Disona jane, nalabecha sarma. So, and I don't know what to do. And now you please be gracious to me. So prasida. Prasida means show your mercy. Please be pleased. So your prasadam. Prasadam means mercy. So that's what prasida. Devesa. Devesa means the God of gods. That's what Devesa, the Lord of lords. Devesa, Devadi Deva. So Devesa, Jagannivasa. So Jagannivasa means the refuge of this world. Jagan, for this Jagat, for this world. Nivasa is the refuge. So the refuge of the world. So Devesa Jagannivasa. So, O Lord of lords, O refuge of the world, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance seeing thus you are blazing, I cannot keep my balance seeing thus you are blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. So that's what Damstra karalani chate mukhani. So death-like faces and awful teeth. So in all directions I am bewildered. That's what Diso na jane nalabecha sarma. So Diso na jane nalabe. So in all directions I am bewildered. That's what he was telling that. So now I am not able to be steady, and Dhritimna vindami samam cha Vishnu. So I lost my equilibrium of mind. So that's what Arjuna is saying after seeing Krishna's universal form. So Krishna's universal form we are able to understand in this Bhagavad Gita only through Arjuna. So really what we understand that Krishna's universal form is not really that much pleasing to see. So that way we will study in the 12th chapter about worshipping Krishna in his unmanifested form or worshipping Krishna as a person. All those things we are going to study at length, which I already explained in previous lectures also. So we need to, Krishna is so beautiful, Krishna, beautiful form. Krishna is Syama Sundara. So we need to worship Krishna in his original form. So that's what is very important. That way we can reach Krishna very quickly. Very quickly. Nachirena adhikachati. Very quickly we can reach Krishna. Otherwise, if you want to worship this Krishna's universal form, unmanifested form, then it is possible to reach Krishna, but it's going to be very difficult and the path is very troublesome. So, kleso adhigatarastesam avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta hi gati dukkam degavadbir avapani. So that is avyakta, unmanifested form. So that way by Krishna's causeless mercy in the 11th chapter we finished successfully 25 slokas, sloka number 25. Hare Krishna, I will stop now and we'll discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.